The ideas that gave birth to our nation are the ideas that our nation is resistant to right now, and we should talk about that all the time.
In a world where narratives are shaped by corporations and gatekeepers, independent voices matter more than ever. Badlands Media brings together citizen journalists, researchers, and independent thinkers.
The truth is triggering.
Question the narrative. Explore the facts.
It's authenticity, courage, resilience.
Search for the truth others won't.
It's not about being first or being right.
The information war is changing.
It's about being authentic.
Embrace the friction.
Embrace the friction.
Shut the f*** up.
Authentically antagonizing. Join the movement.
I'm going to say how I feel.
Follow Badlands Media.
This is about the future.
The Badlands. What are the Badlands? Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
It's your birthday today.
Ashe!
It's your birthday today.
Ashe! Rock and roll, let's celebrate.
Celebrate,
We lose control and you cut the cake. The night is yours. Destiny awaits.
Oh, wait
so
with me.
share toast with your closest mates.
It's your birthday today.
Ashe!
It's your birthday today.
Ashe!
Grab your goodie bags. Open your gifts. Blow out your candles.
Ashe!
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Alpha's Big Sandwiches. It is, I think, the most on-brand birthday card that I have ever received in my life.
Yes.
I love it so much. Shout out to Archangel Michael on X, who is awesome and shares all of the stuff from my Substack, and I always forget to, so I'm super grateful for it. And he made that for me and sent it at midnight last night, and I said, oh my gosh, I'm playing this on the show tomorrow because it's so awesome. The dinosaurs, I think, are my favorite. Could have done without the clowns, but the plethora of animals, oh my gosh, absolutely amazing. Loved it.
Oh man. It was funnier that time than the first time.
Oh, it's so good. I've watched it like 10 times.
Well, no,
it's
I'm
like a great
imagining.
theme song. Like
I'm
I can hear
imagining
myself like getting ready in the morning if I'm Ashe, and I'm just like Ashe, like yeah.
Today is the day. Welcome to Alpha's Big Sandwiches, everyone. We have a great show planned today. We're going to talk a little bit about elections because all shows are why we vote now, and what's happening out in California with Smartmatic. And I wrote about that for tomorrow's brief, relying heavily on CannCon's reporting and research because he's been tip of the spear of that story. The Smartmatic story, not the California story, although we're on that one too. But we're going to do our regular segments, and we're going to talk about Christina's new movie, which is fantastic. Yeah. I watched it and I loved it. But before we do that, we should hear from our incredible sponsors for today's show. And first up, we have Native Path. This episode is brought to you by Native Path Antarctic Krill Oils, omega-3s plus astaxanthin for heart, joints, and memory. Do you know why flamingos are pink? It's not their genes. Flamingos are actually born gray. They turn pink because of a specific antioxidant in the algae and tiny shrimp they eat. It's called astaxanthin. Some doctors call it internal sunscreen because of how powerfully it protects your cells from oxidative stress, like the sun's UV rays. Salmon has it. Krill has even more of it. Today's sponsor packed it into one tiny soft gel. Research shows that fish oil is 50% less absorbable than krill oil because fish oils omega-3s are in triglyceride form while krill oils are in phospholipid form. That's the same format your cell walls are made of, and that means krill oil gets into your cells immediately. In head-to-head studies, krill oil outperformed fish oil at improving cholesterol, reducing inflammation, and easing joint pain, often at lower doses. Native Path Antarctic krill oil is sourced from pristine Antarctic waters and contains the powerful antioxidant astaxanthin and comes in tiny soft gel. No fishy burps. For this special offer, save up to 60% off. Head to getkrill.com/badlands. That's GETKRILL.com/badlands. And try it risk-free with a 365-day money-back guarantee. And we love Native Path here at Badlands. Their products are fantastic. They have electrolyte drinks and all sorts of stuff. My go-to, I take it every single morning in my coffee, is their collagen peptides.
Same.
And hair, skin, nails, joints, mobility, focus, all of the things improved with Native Path. So getkrill.com/badlands and get yourself some collagen when you're picking up your krill oil. Next up, we have our friends at Frequency Apps, where everything must go. This is your chance to stock up before inventory is gone. Frequency Apps created easy-to-apply wellness patches designed for everyday support. No messy creams, complicated routines, or harsh ingredients. Simply add a patch and enjoy around-the-clock convenience wherever life takes you. Choose from over 50 patch options for support with weight management, stress, discomfort, sleep, focus, hormone balance, immune support, and more. Whether you're trying Frequency Apps for the first time or grabbing your favorites before they're gone, now is the time to save. During this liquidation event, Frequency Apps is giving our audience a 15-day supply completely free. That's right. You'll get 45 days full of relief for the price of just 30 days. Don't wait. Shop the liquidation sale now and grab your favorites before they disappear. Go to badlandsmedia.tv/patches today. That's badlandsmedia.tv/patches. No coupon code needed. Simple, safe, and natural. Start your journey to better health now. The offer excludes ACG, GLP-1, and Plastigon patches. And as I say, every time I talk about Frequency Apps, the thing that blew me away about them is I have always had a problem with the adhesives in any sort of patch. Birth control, nicotine, whatever the patch, the adhesive always felt like there was burning through my skin. So it was never patches were never an option for me because of that. However, Frequency Apps doesn't do that. Their patches do not burn, did not irritate my skin at all. And that is a win. All right. Well, we'll talk about GART and soft disclosure a little bit later in the show. I think all four of us are going to be at GART, right?
Yes.
Talk about GART now since we're already talking about it.
Yeah.
This June 25th through the 28th, Badlands Media is headed back to Deadwood, South Dakota for the 12th stop on the Great American Restoration Tour. Whether you're attending in person or virtually, a GART veteran or a GART virgin, there is something for everyone. Merch packages are also now available for both in-person and virtual ticket holders. Get your GART 12 tickets today, badlandsmedia.tv/events. And you can join virtually. You should join in person if you can, because it is going to be so much fun. Yeah, we need a GART.
We do.
Need Christmas right this very minute. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I'm still thinking Ashe.
It's so good, and we are gonna be selling. Jackie's birthday is at GART.
That's right.
Real Mrs. Bright's birthday was a few days ago.
Mhm.
My birthday. There's some other June
Amy.
birthdays. Yep. Hang on.
It was Amy's birthday too. I don't know what day. I can't remember which day that was, but
Happy birthday to Real Mrs. Bright.
So cute.
Aw.
I love it.
I love her. So we're gonna be celebrating, and we're gonna be celebrating America's birthday, and we're gonna be celebrating the coming golden age, which I am more bullish on than ever.
Yes.
Amen.
Even with all the fake wars and fake news and fake elections. It's it's gonna be good.
I
It's
agree.
gonna be great. Deadwood is the best GART. I can tell you.
Agreed.
Deadwood is the best. It is like the flagship GART. And I never thought I would South Dakota. I'm telling people about it before. and now I'm like, you guys, it is the coolest place
Mhm.
I've ever been. Like, I get why John says it's his favorite place in the country, and you have to experience it. You can't just watch it. You have to go.
Yeah. If you can't make it in person, virtual is an option. And, we do our best to make that experience, as inclusive and interactive as
And the
possible.
chat is
But
really funny.
the chat is really fun. And that chat stays. The Nashville chat is still going. I was in there this morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into the show, and let's start with the homework that I didn't do.
Tell us something we don't know. Ash.
I know that I should have said the homework that I didn't do again. St. Pete 70 says, St. Pete beach guard regarding Deadwood, hold my beer. I hope you're right, homie. I used to live right across the causeway from St. Pete Beach, and St. Pete Beach is fun. It is a great town, great beach, great area, and it does have the ability to give Deadwood a run for its money.
Yeah, we haven't had it yet.
I don't think that there's like shootout every day, which is hard to do.
No, not in the square. And driving to St. Pete is not as pretty as driving into Deadwood, because every time I'm like, what?
You see something new.
What are these mountains?
But it has a beach, so we'll see.
That's also
It's
true.
work cut out for it, and then we'll judge it after.
Sunsets.
The bar must be set higher every time, and every time it seems to be surpassed. Like every guard was like, "This was the best guard. No, this was the best guard. Okay, this is the best guard."
This will be the first one where we can see a sunset, like the sun.
That's true.
And that's so pretty. That's my favorite thing. Is the sunset there.
Yeah. Well, the best guard is the next one.
Yeah.
And the next one is in Deadwood. So everybody, badlandsmedia.tv/events. All right, Jackie. What do you want me to call this in? Or do you want to do the video first? Is this the video?
Yeah, this is the video.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was the homework assignment that Ashe didn't do.
Again.
Yeah, well, that's okay, because we have plenty of people who did do it.
Yeah. I'm going to steal someone else's homework. It's fine.
It's okay. Yeah, it's your birthday. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This macro mode hack will change your photos forever. First, go to Settings, Camera, and enable macro control. Now get close to a leaf with an interesting pattern. The flower icon will appear. If it's yellow, macro mode is on. You can tap this to manually turn it on or off. Next, hold a flashlight behind the leaf so the light fills the entire leaf. This reveals all the intricate details and veins you couldn't normally capture. Here's before and after.
I was not expecting this hack to go so hard. And
Oh yeah.
it honestly, it blew me away.
Mm-hmm. Making my backgrounds all the leaves.
Right?
I have access to many leaves, so
You do.
the leaves
So
are.
this is
sticky.
one of Christie's like many, which I mean, like I said, it goes so hard. It like literally looks like a professional did this.
Yes, that is a queen crepe myrtle.
Oh, you actually know the names of your leaves.
I don't.
Overachiever, you.
You know, well, it's almost like it's my job or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fair
Yeah.
point.
That
this
one
one?
is Jackie's favorite. That is the
It's a
Fred family-
plumeria?
or the plumeria. Yep.
Yes.
So these are crotons, both of these. But
This one and
they're
this
like
one?
Crazy.
yeah, they're like a fingerprint. Like no two are the same.
Yeah.
So that's the same plant. No, actually the same
Snowflakes.
actual plant too.
Oh, and it's just like two different leaves.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's cool.
that's how the colors work. This one this one might be me going to above and beyond, but
I think it's
that
cool.
one came
I
out
think it's a
so
cool
good.
picture.
Like, I love it. It's so cool.
It's really pretty.
So I also attempted. This one is just like a regular leaf that I found on the ground, and then this one had little buggies on it. See,
You can see
little
'em,
buggies here. And
It's
there's
like you're
another
under a
one.
microscope.
Yeah. And then I did one that was like dead leaf that was like
Yeah.
dying, and I thought that like the colors were cool on this one.
Yeah, how it like looks like it's like lit from within.
Yeah. And then we've got Eleanor. She sent in. I don't know if she didn't say. I don't think what type of plant this was, but she sent in two different ones, which I'm getting like gorgeous.
Yeah.
One looks like a turtle shell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. And then Liz was taking photos of her herbs. So this one was a mint leaf.
Nice.
Look at the fuzzy edges. That's so
Yeah.
strange. I like it though.
And then she took, or no, this one was the mint one. The last one was basil.
I thought it was catnip. I don't know. Maybe
it was catnip. That's what it was. Catnip.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I don't know. There were so many. Then I was like, yeah. So catnip, which this one, and then this one was the mint leaf.
Okay, that looks like a mint leaf.
Yeah,
Cool.
it does
to me.
We got a Venus flytrap.
That's so cool.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got basil.
I can almost smell it.
Yep. So yeah, those were all of our submissions from last week. I thought those were so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you guys didn't submit anything, try it out because it's still so cool to see. And like Christy was saying, you can still get background photos for your phone, for your computer, whatever it is.
Like if you're selling something, like
yeah,
it's so cool. And then with AI and stuff like that, you can upload that in there and have it overlay it right on top of it. Like crazy. Yeah. Anyway.
Options are endless. So for this week's assignment, I looked at my map and I was like, my mental health was doing so well because we had sunny days. And then for the next 10 days, we have rain in the forecast. So my mental health may take a tank, but it won't because I won't let it. But I figured there's going to be lots of rain in the forecast, so we're going to try a hack with using the water droplets as like a reflection kind of thing. So here is the video.
Didn't we do that one already? I feel like I failed that.
We failed.
Well, no, we did a puddle. We did a puddle.
Also, I have no rain in the forecast, just FYI.
You can use water.
I have 300
water on
sunshine here.
Oh. You can use
well, let's watch the video before you black pill it. Come on.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking on cooking the hot pot, fucking on your bitch.
That's a cool
very
mashup.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have like a table in your backyard, what you can do is just throw water on the table and you'll still get that same effect of having that water in the foreground to create that dimension between what's going on in the background and the water in the front. So yeah.
Very cool. All right, so that'll be pinned on Jackie's social media so folks can get the instructions and do the photo challenge. I might, if it was water, I'll maybe think of it.
Maybe you spill something on the table. It happens. And if you're in the moment, you just capture a picture. Yeah.
You gotta do like a reward thing, okay? You make your vodka drink and you put it far away, and then you when you make your picture, then you get to go take it. Or
that actually might work.
Or it doesn't have to be alcohol.
It could be so, the other day it was Thursday last week, I think. I went to get beer and they had Jello shots at the checkout, like actual vodka ones, not like malt bullshit ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, we need Jello shots. Sure.
Yes.
Well, we ended up eating them last night for like a little pre-birthday thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's what I use to like get rid of alcohol in our house. I mean, I drink, I'll eat them too, whatever. But when we're about to have a party, I'm like, I'll make Jello shots because I end up collecting all this alcohol. But we drink wine mostly or beer at the house. So like all this alcohol is just sitting there. So I'm always like, I'll buy the $3 Jello so that I can get rid of this handle of vodka that I've had since 4th of July last year. So,
yeah. All right. That's your challenge this week, everyone.
Ashe, Adrian says, do it with some liberal tears. Just collect them. Pour them on the table.
I'll tell you what, though. I have more conservative tears these days. Although, actually, no. I wouldn't even call them conservative. I would call them Republican tears because those words are not synonyms, no matter how often people try to make it a thing. I'm going to change it up today. We're going to go with history next. Feeling so America Maxi lately.
Yeah.
The closer we get to the birthday and, with Gart coming up, I
just buying all the America things.
All the America things. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a new bathing suit for it too.
Red.
Same.
You're going to wear a bathing suit?
No, I got a new red, white, and blue stars and stripes bathing suit for this summer for $250 summer. Like I had to. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't already own that, but now I do. It's great.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped about it. So we're just gonna focus on today. in history, because it's actually like I share a day with some pretty incredible things. First off, today is the day in 1789 that James Madison introduced the Bill of Rights. Like, that just makes me so happy.
Nice. That's perfect.
Right? 190 years later, I was born. I know, right? I guess it's like it's mine then. He said in introducing it, having done what I conceived was my duty in bringing before this house the subject of amendments, and also stated such as I wish for and approve, and offered the reasons which occurred to me in their support, I shall content myself for the present with moving that a committee be appointed to consider of and report such amendments as ought to be proposed by Congress to the legislatures of the states to become, if ratified by 3/4 thereof, the part of the Constitution of the United States. And honestly, it's the only part that I am like, we have to keep this and we can't change this part. It's the Bill of Rights. By agreeing to this motion, the subject may be going on in the committee while other important business is proceeding to a conclusion in the House. Should I advocate greater dispatch in the business of amendments, if I were not convinced of the absolute necessity there is of pursuing the organization of the government, because I think we should obtain the confidence of our fellow citizens in proportion as we fortify the rights of the people against encroachments of the government. They were not granting rights. They were fortifying rights against what they knew would happen, that government would grow and expand. And we know for sure that by the end of Washington's presidency, Alexander Hamilton was pushing for a central bank and a standing army. And he got those things, right? Because the progressives never stop. And that is something to remember as well, is that the opposite of conservative is not liberal. The opposite of conservative is progressive, and progressives exist in both parties. We've just been hoodwinked into believing that progressive is a synonym for leftist, and that makes progressive Republicans very effective. So anyway, Bill of Rights, mine. Okay. Also, 1984.
The book?
Yeah. The book.
Oh.
1984, published June 8th, 1949. 30 years before I was born, exactly to the day. Wow. And this, I pulled this quote from it. I mean, there's so many quotes from 1984. You know, Big Brother is watching, history has stopped. All of those quotes are everywhere, but I thought this one was particularly appropriate. Talking to her, he realized how easy it was to present an appearance of orthodoxy while having no grasp whatever of what orthodoxy meant. In a way, the worldview of the party imposed itself most successfully on people incapable of understanding it. They could be made to accept the most flagrant violations of reality because they never fully grasped the enormity of what was demanded of them and were not sufficiently interested in public events to notice what was happening. By lack of understanding, they remained sane. They simply swallowed everything, and what they swallowed did to them no harm because it left no residue behind, just as a grain of corn will pass undigested through the body of a bird.
Wow.
Is that not describing right now? Are you kidding me?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like the liberal progressive thing. Yeah. People are just like, oh, yeah, you know, silly liberals. Okay, spoiler alert, guys. We're all liberals. America is a classically liberal nation. Mm-hmm. It's a psyop, and we were all hoodwinked. And then the final main event in my history update today, of course, is the USS Liberty. And this one was 12 years exactly to the day before I was born. And you know, this is it's still the subject of much debate. It is widely considered to be a horrific disaster. The Israelis flew over, saw the giant. You can see we were flying a giant U.S. flag at the time. This is what survivors have said since it happened, is that they thought that when the Israelis that friendlies were flying over, certainly the Israelis would have seen the giant U.S. flag flying atop the Liberty, but they flew over and then they circled back and attacked. George Ball, the former Undersecretary of State, said, if America's leaders did not have the courage to punish Israel for the blatant murder of American citizens, it seemed clear that their American friends would let them get away with anything.
Dang.
Not wrong. Where's the lie, right?
Yeah.
No lies detected.
Yeah, and like, I mean, what's up with my birthday?
Right?
So apt, all of them.
Right? Yeah, 1861, Tennessee voters approved secession.
Oh.
1968, James Earl Ray was captured in London after fleeing the United States following the assassination of MLK Jr. And in 1982, Ronald Reagan became the first U.S. president to address the British Parliament. And I watched the Reagan movie over the weekend. Have you guys seen that?
No, how was it?
Dennis Quaid plays Reagan. It was actually really good. So the reason I watched it is because his speechwriter, Reagan's speechwriter, Dana Rohrabacher, that was kind of the main character in that part of the movie for the Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall part of the film. I was at a Republican event in Elbert County, and I was at his table. My friend Ryan was the keynote speaker. And I helped him with his speech. So I ended up at that head table, which was very cool. And Dana Rohrabacher was there, and I got to meet him and hear his stories. His daughter was there, and she told some of his stories. It was very, very cool. So then I was like, and they played clips from that movie. He shows up in shorts and a t-shirt and sleeps on the lawn and stuff. And I was like, oh, I've never seen this before. So I figured I'd watch it. I watched it. It was very good. I sent it immediately. So the whole movie is narrated by the Russians. Oh. And I sent it to Chris immediately, like 5 minutes in. I'm like, have you guys done this for a story hour yet? And they have not. I think they might.
Nice. Good idea.
Yeah. Very, very cool. And that's what I got. That's what I got for history today. Any thoughts?
Awesome.
America.
The best thing that happened, though, I mean, you didn't even talk about was when you were born. Obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought that was
important history update.
In 1985 or so. So, I mean, I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm 47 years old. And
no way.
No, you're not.
I think I feel every bit of it some days.
Yeah.
But I also have that Taylor Swift, I'm feeling 22 in my head thing going on all the time. I don't think that ever goes away. But that is your U.S. history update.
Hey, 47 during 47. Maybe there's some kind of lucky number thing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So my 45th birthday was the year that 45 was elected.
That's cool.
47. And so I called that my MAGA birthday, and this one is my golden age birthday.
Oh, perfect. I love that.
Yeah. So when you turn 47, that's your golden age birthday.
Oh. Well.
All right. And we need to bring in Professor Lupo now so we can all get a little smarter.
I don't know where the professor is.
Oh no.
MIA.
I think, yes.
Ryan, how dare you?
I know I can't find them. That's why I was looking around
Damn it, Brian.
Ashe is talking about krill oil, and I'm like, oh my God, where are the glasses? But I lost them. So you're gonna have to settle for me, guys, today. So
It's never settling.
Yeah, I like you. It's fine.
Okay. Someone. So even though I'm mad as a hatter, you guys still love me? Oh.
Yeah. Well done.
Oh, so Brian's is he saying he did it?
I think that is what he's saying. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Lupo.
That is just the worst thing I've ever heard.
On the day of Ashe's birth.
I know.
You can hide everything in the fridge from him by just moving everything one item to the left. So just get him back.
Oh,
Put the ketchup behind the water and he'll never find it.
Oh, yeah. No, I think I showed a video of that the other day where I was, or a couple weeks ago, where it's you just turn the ketchup backwards so that the instructions are there and not the word ketchup, and they can't find it. So, mad as a hatter. The meaning is, it means it's someone who is acting very strange, wildly silly, or a little crazy, like Brian. What? People have used it as a playful insult for a long time, and it became especially famous because of the Mad Hatter character in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Despite popular belief, that is not where the idiom originates from, though. Cue dramatic music. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh no.
So, no, you didn't already know this one because it didn't originate from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. Its origins date from the 17th and 18th centuries, well before Lewis Carroll's book was published. In 17th century France, poisoning occurred among hat makers who used mercury for hat felt. The Mad Hatter's disease was marked by shyness, irritability, and tremors that would make a person appear mad.
Whoa.
Mercury for hats. Mercury was used because it helped turn fur into felt, which is an important part of making hats in the 18th and 19th centuries. At that time, people did not fully understand how dangerous mercury was, so it was used even though it was toxic. So it actually like pulls the fur from the skin is what the mercury does. But I put a little video on how it's done so that we can. I don't know about the animation on this, but just go with it, guys.
This episode is sponsored by Wix. Go to wix.com/go/simple history to create a website today.
Okay.
Dangerous jobs in history. Hat maker. When you think of a dangerous job in history, you might think of the occupation of a soldier or someone who dealt with disease, like a plague doctor. But you would not think that hat making would be so dangerous. In the 1500s, the milliner became a term to describe a trader that specialized in importing women's accessories from Milan. As hats began to become a popular status symbol for men around the 14th century, by the 17th century, mass production of these fashion items became necessary to meet the growing demands of Western society. Being a milliner became a lucrative business to be a part of, and the variety of materials used by hat makers bred experimentation in style and production. It was soon discovered that moistening the fibers of felt and fur with mercuric nitrate created a superior material that could also be made quickly. This development in hat making was supposedly discovered by a French milliner being treated for syphilis with mercury, who used his own urine to separate the animal's fur from its skin. By the 19th century, it was already common practice to use the mercury compound in manufacturing. Called carroting, the process involved washing fur in an orange-colored solution containing mercurial nitrate. While the use of the substance made matting and removing the fur from the pelt much easier, long-term exposure to the vapors released from the liquid could develop into a serious health condition called erethism. Because mercury attacks the nervous system, symptoms of erethism are both psychological and physical in nature. Mentally, it initially manifests as a struggle to control one's emotions, high levels of social anxiety, and an inability to think or speak clearly. As the body's motor functions begin to break down, severe tremors, a stumbling gait, and drooling would make many people mistake the sickness for drunkenness. In extreme cases, the inflicted will be beset by hallucinations, delirium, and extreme paranoia. As the associations between milliners and the symptoms of erethism became evident, it is believed that the term Mad Hatter and Mad as a Hatter came to be used to describe this particular type of psychosis. Hatter's shakes became a term to describe the intense muscle spasms and tremors seen in workers of the trade. Near the end of the 19th century, the dangers of mercury poisoning in the profession of millinery began to be studied by the French Academy of Medicine. By 1874, alternatives had been developed to replace mercurial nitrate, and by the turn of the century, laws in England and France were enacted to protect the workers in hat manufacturing. Unfortunately, mercury poisoning would nonetheless continue to plague milliners in the first half of the 20th century. The United States had developed an alternative method by using hydrochloride, but the poisonous mercury compound would be used up until the early part of the Second World War. Mercury was a key material in detonators for explosives, and the needs of the war forced American millinery manufacturers to finally adopt the new processes already developed. In 1941, millineries in the United States finally agreed to use hydrogen peroxide instead of mercurial nitrate. Millinery as a craft began to be slowly phased out.
So,
wow,
how crazy is it that through the 40s, like people were still doing this? It's insane to me how long they continued this practice, even after Europe was like, yeah, this is bad. You shouldn't do this. And it was the war that made them it's just crazy to me.
It's sad too.
Yeah.
So bad. You think they would figure it out? Like this weird vapor makes me feel weird, and then now just keep using it.
Yeah, right. It makes it easier, so it's worth it, right?
No.
Anyways, the first written usage appears in print as early as 1827 and in a well-known 1829 example in Blackwood's Edinburgh magazine helped make it more familiar. The more famous 1829 example reads, "Mad as a Hatter, hand me a sagar." I'm trying to rhyme it. Cigar? Sagar? I'm not 100% sure. I should have looked up.
Mad as a hatter, hand me a saga.
Right. Well, another quoted source points at an even earlier 1827 Irish newspaper line that says, "As the vulgar say, he is as mad as a hatter." I think I like that one better.
What passed for vulgar back then is
all right.
underwhelming.
Well, maybe they're referring to like the guy who like peed on his whatever that used his own urine to do it. Maybe that's what it's like referring to.
I looked it up and it is cigar. It
Oh.
says this is a famous line from an 1829 short story published in Blackwood's Edinburgh magazine, predating Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, and it uses cigar, which is a weird spelling for cigar.
Or the appropriate spelling for
Or
cigar.
Interesting.
We
It
should all
says
start
archaic
using
spelling.
that one. Cigar.
Yeah, just spell it that way and just like say it in like a chat and then just like leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of this helps show how the phrase grew from a real world saying into a lasting idiom, and Lewis Carroll's famous hatter wasn't the muse, he just made it even more unforgettable. So today, Mad as a Hatter lives on in a strange, stylish little piece of language history with a touch of mystery, a dash of literature, and a very toxic background.
Yeah, I'll say.
I know. But I saw that and I was like, oh, I thought it had to do with Alice in Wonderland, and it really didn't, which is.
I think so. I guess that's why Lewis Carroll had a Mad Hatter, because it was already
Well, so
thing.
I looked that up, and he isn't referencing a hat maker in particular. He was referencing what seems to be a very eclectic man who wore a top hat, which it would have lent itself so perfectly if, he was using that psychosis or not like that problem as the reason, but it says that there's no definitive thing showing that he used this sickness from the mercury. But maybe that's because is he from the United States, or where's Lewis Carroll from? I don't know. Just like
England, I think.
Okay. I was gonna say, maybe he was still
Looks like
using
Cristina. Are you looking it up?
Yes, I hear her fingers.
England. Yeah. Daresbury, Cheshire, England.
Oh, well, Cheshire Cat. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, that does make sense.
Well, look at us making those connections.
Yeah, right.
Decode complete.
Yep.
1 to 1 delta, 0 to delta. There you go. Oh, that's cool though.
All right. Well, before we all get mad as a hatter, probably move on. All right. If you are watching us for the first time, welcome. And please jump into the chat, and you can drop a period or say hello or tell us your whole life story. But either way, unique chatters is a metric that helps us out quite a bit. We certainly do appreciate it. So please just pop in, say a quick hello if you're watching us on Rumble. Also, a great way to support. Oh, also hit the like button.
Yeah, so I was going to say, smash the
no matter what channel you're watching on, whether it's a heart, a thumb, a pill, I don't even know what other shape it could be, but I think those are the main 3 shapes of the like button. But hit the like button because that helps us out as well, and tell your friends about the show. Another great way to support us is by buying Soft Disclosure.
A long, long time ago, a raider went into a dangerous cave because he was on an adventure. Or like he smelled like an adventure. But the cave was protected by spiders and lizards. No, it was snakes. Snakes? Why did it have to be snakes? Whatever it was, the raider wasn't scared of it because it was Ghost, the lotion raider. Then he found the golden deodorant. That's not deodorant, that's the tallow bar. It was soft disclosure. Ghost had exactly 1 second to switch it, or the whole cave explode! And then the boulders started chasing him. Run, Ghost, run! Oh no, he dropped the soft disclosure. I got it. I understand its power now. That lotion is an important artifact and it belongs in every household. Visit softdisclosure.com and use promo code LotionWaiter for 15% off.
Softdisclosure.com, promo code Lotion Raider for 15% off. Also, make sure you're signed up for our email updates, our email newsletter from Soft Disclosure, where you get exclusive discounts, important product information, and all kinds of things. That is the insider place to be, is the email newsletter. And we do special promotions through that channel and only that channel pretty regularly. So make sure that you're signed up for that. Soft Disclosure is it's just in a category of its own. It is all American made. It is American supply chain of the ingredients that go in. You're supporting 6 small businesses when you purchase Soft Disclosure, and once you start using it, you become hooked because the products are so clean and good and amazing. My favorite part of that ad is where he's like, "The lotion is an important artifact."
Yes, and of course we had to throw in him falling asleep somewhere. Of course.
Which is so perfect because so does Indiana Jones sleep like with his hat like that. Like it's so I never get sick of these ads, and every time they're just so creative and funny. And I'm doing a Soft Disclosure lotion test because every summer I have to my skin hates me. Like it doesn't want me to have fun in the summer and wear shorts or bathing suits or anything like that. And I'm like, I'm going to beat it this year. Damn, I'm 37 and I'm going to be 38 in a month. And if this isn't my golden leg summer, I swear. So I'm doing every single day, full pump per leg. No, 2 full pumps per leg. And I'm seeing if that, I'm so far, so good. So far, yesterday we went to the pool for the first time and I was like, check out the legs. Like get it, you guys.
What is it that your skin usually does?
I get like
eczema.
No, I get like razor bumps, just like I don't know, like the hairs just don't really want me to remove them, and then when I do, they get like a vengeance when they come back. So that like inside of my knees, they get like the little bumps from they're just hair follicles with no hairs because it's like your knees, but they're just like irritated and not cute at all. And
I will say, because I have the same problem, I will say using like an exfoliator like a scrubber right before you actually shave, that's gonna help actually like open up the pores to let the hairs release, because I get it. I get those all of the time. And what I do is actually have like a soap, like a tallow soap in like a tallow soap those bags,
like a scrubby thing.
Yeah, get one of those, and you're doing both at the same time with like the soap and with the actual exfoliator. So that may help. It helps me.
No, you're right. It does. You're absolutely right. Anytime that I've ever done prepared and done that, plus afterwards you can use the tallow. Oh my gosh. Or like on your feet for summer, sandal feet. The products are great. I love it. And they smell good.
They do.
Yeah.
And they're not poison smell. Like it smells good and it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah. And the lotion and all of the products have, just, I don't even know how many, so many 5-star reviews as people use them. Some people say, I think in this week's email, it was, there was a review and there was like, I bought this product to support Badlands and now I'm absolutely hooked on this product because it's so good. And that's pretty common reaction. It's the only lotion I use it on my face, use it on my body. I will use the tallow as well. The lip balm is fantastic. The beard oil is great for men, because they have beards. I use
it in my hair too.
Our tools like the gusha and the beard brush and it's just so much great stuff. Softdisclosure.com. Use promo code Lotion Raider for 15% off. Make sure that you sign up for the email updates and get yourself some Soft Disclosure. You won't regret it. And send in a review. If you use the products and you love the products, we would encourage you to send in a video of yourself talking about the products, using the products. You can send those to Cheryl at badlandsmedia.org. But also you may end up in a Green Star video. So just beware caution if you send in a video of yourself. Also, Cam said, I can't wait to see what Green Star's next thing is. And I have no idea what it is, but I bet it will be beyond ridiculous. I butchered that, what Cam said, but that was the gist. And there is a sort of sequel to the Lotion Raider thing. Yeah, that's weird, Cam.
Adrian was joining right now because he said that he spread it on his toast.
Nice.
His toast. Oh, I think he said his toes.
No, toast. Toast.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I have I don't know if that's going to be the next one, because I think there might be a project in between the sequel to Lotion Raider and the next one that comes out, and you know, that there might be another one in the middle. But it's going to be good. All right, we're going to move on. And before we talk with Cristina about her new film, which is fantastic, I've seen it. He says his toast and his toes.
Oh my God.
Thanks for clarifying.
It's a twofer.
I want to just give everybody kind of a moment of grounding. We're going to ground everybody here. And I hope Brian is watching, because I'm relying heavily on his work for this. But just a quick refresher. Our good friend CannCon says over on X, remember all that 2020 talk about Smartmatic, the company owned by London-based globalist-led firm SGO Corp, including Open Society's Lord Malik Brown, who was on the board. Smartmatic is used in exactly one location in all of America: Los Angeles.
What?
That is a fact. And so I am just going to read my take from tomorrow's Badlands News Brief, because I think it's important for everybody to understand kind of what this Smartmatic thing means. I personally think that the massive spotlight on LA right now, where normie Republicans who, advocated for all of us to lose our rights for talking about the 2020 election, are now claiming fraud because of what they're seeing in LA, which could piss you off, and certainly should a little, right? But I find it incredibly encouraging, because it's not Trump that's on the ballot, which means we might get a little bit more honesty about it. All right. And remember, and this is kind of what we're going to go through, and I'll just read it. Smartmatic has a founding role in the code bases of other U.S. election systems in use around the country. The following summary is based on CannCon's research and reporting. He and I were working on a joint project a couple of years ago that never came to fruition, but the effort has been repeatedly fruitful in the many months since, today included. And that's true. It formed the substance of my trial brief. And that was incredibly helpful when I was pulling together the trial. Okay. In April 2000, just 7 months before the Bush v. Gore versus Chad in Brown election in Broward County and Palm Beach, Florida, Alfredo Jose Anzola incorporated a company called Smartmatic Corp in Delaware and headquartered the company in Boca Raton, Florida, part of Palm Beach County. 4 years later, in 2004, Smartmatic would gain its first contract with Venezuela ahead of the recall election of Hugo Chavez, just months after receiving investments from the Venezuelan government. According to the New York Times, quote, 7 months before that voting contract was awarded, a Venezuelan government financing agency invested more than $200,000 into a smaller technology company owned by some of the same people as Smartmatic that joined with Smartmatic as a minor partner in the bid. In return, the government agency was given a 28% stake in the smaller company and a seat on its board, which was occupied by a senior government official who had previously advised Mr. Chavez on elections technology. But Venezuelan officials later insisted that the money was merely a small business loan and that it was repaid before the referendum. That company, Pizza, had a 28% of its shares held by the Venezuelan government, and simultaneously wrote the software in use in the Smartmatic voting machines. Just a year later, in 2005, Smartmatic would purchase Sequoia voting systems from British firm De La Rue PLC for $16 million, a loss of $19 million for De La Rue after their $35 million investment just 4 years earlier. Just 2 years later, Smartmatic announced it would divest of Sequoia. However, in a Delaware court in April 2008, it was discovered that Smartmatic would hold on to $2 million unsecured promissory note from the divestiture. But more significantly, that Delaware court filing showed that Sequoia Voting Systems was still using Smartmatic's intellectual property. From a Venezuela startup incorporated in Delaware in 2000 to running the election in Venezuela with Venezuelan-backed software to purchasing a much larger and more established U.S.-based company in 2005, and that was just the beginning. Fast forward to 2010 in the Obama Department of Justice under Attorney General Eric Holder. They would force U.S. voting equipment powerhouse ES&S election system and software to divest of the former Diebold Inc. subsidiary Premier Election Solutions, which ES&S had purchased just 6 months earlier. The DOJ required ES&S to divest of all the intellectual property associated with all versions, past, present, and in development, of the Premier voting equipment systems to another company. They also required the company to grant a fully paid up irrevocable perpetual license to use the AutoMark ES&S's ballot marking device and to ensure the right to modify and improve both Premier products and the AutoMark. DOJ demanded that ES&S must sell the divestiture assets to a buyer approved by the department. And they also required ES&S to grant the divestiture buyer an opportunity to compete and to provide services to Premier customers currently under contract with ES&S. That buyer was Dominion Voting Systems. Now that Dominion had acquired a formidable share of the market, here is how they connect to Smartmatic. A few months after acquiring Premier, Dominion Voting Systems would go on to purchase Sequoia Voting Systems as well. Sequoia was formerly held by Smartmatic and was still using Smartmatic's intellectual property, i.e. the code, as of the 2008 filing. According to John Bonifaz, who separately is one of the masterminds in the lawfare against me and my co-defendants, he is the head of Free Speech for People, the law firm that came after us and recruited, in my opinion, based on the information available, recruited the plaintiffs to sue us. Quote, Dominion, now the largest or second largest voting system in the country, is foreign controlled and depends upon secret source code created and owned by Smartmatic, a foreign-controlled company with ties to Venezuelan government led by Hugo Chavez. Dominion is reported by Dun & Bradstreet to be a Toronto-based company with one key listed official, board members, and employee John Poulos, and under $18 million in sales for which the company obtains no income. That was 2010, I want to say. According to Dominion's press release, in acquiring the formerly Venezuelan Smartmatic-owned Sequoia, that as of 2008 still maintained Smartmatic's intellectual property, quote, Dominion Voting Systems today announced that it has acquired the assets of Sequoia Voting Systems, a major U.S. provider of voting solutions serving nearly 300 jurisdictions in 16 states. As part of the transaction, Dominion has acquired Sequoia's inventory and all intellectual property, including software, firmware, hardware, and Sequoia's precinct and central count optical scan and DRE voting solutions. So, Smartmatic buys Sequoia. ES&S divests of Premier to Dominion. Smartmatic sells Sequoia. Smartmatic maintains an interest while Sequoia uses Smartmatic IP, and Dominion buys Sequoia. The Smartmatic IP is ostensibly present throughout the system, despite its hot potato M&A activity. Americans with oversight authority know this, and yet they all pretend that American elections are real and impervious to manipulation. Also, they are all direct beneficiaries of the system and seemingly uninclined to change it. All that to say, Spencer Pratt and Smartmatic in LA in 2026 might be allowed about a lot more than who is going to run the City of Angels. So that'll be in tomorrow's Substack, badlands.substack.com. It's important to realize, because we have a lot of people out there right now saying, oh my gosh, LA elections are fake. LA elections are rigged. LA is stealing elections. It's the same system, sources, and methods across states, and it damn near doesn't matter what vendor you pick. It is so incestuous. And the reason I bring up that John Bonifaz is the guy that sued me and my co-defendants, you know, the guy that he was kind of the mastermind. The Free Speech for People was like the strategist of the thing based on like their privilege log and what we learned in Discovery and everything. And that guy, 12 years before he was suing me was raising flags about elections and about the voting machine companies. And this is terrible. He was an election denier, you guys. And then when the political calculus changed, then they made the argument in court against us that election denialism was akin to voter intimidation in violation of the KKK Act, because these people have no principles. But I am incredibly encouraged by what we're seeing in LA, and particularly by, I do a lot of work with normies here now that I'm doing like local media, and some of these normies are now flirting with election denialism. And not here, obviously, like who's gold standard.
It's so close to home, Ashe.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's the seed.
Mm-hmm.
It's the seed that starts to push up through the surface, and then it pops through, and you have fake elections. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Spencer Pratt and what's happening in LA?
I think it's interesting for sure. I'm on social media a lot nowadays, and I see what the kids are saying, and what kids, or not kids, but people my age are saying, and what they're tuning into. And obviously, for 2020 and again in 2024, they really weren't paying attention to the election fraud or anything like that. They didn't think it was true, because again, I went to college. A lot of the kids that I went to school with are raging normies and leftists and all of that. So getting to, peek in on what's going on in their world is interesting. So now, a lot of these people, I know probably out of all my friends, I only know one that actually lives in like the general LA area who it actually impacts. But all of them are talking about this in some type of way. And it's obviously like, I don't know all the conversations they're having, but they're at least talking about it. And I think, like you said, planting that seed, who knows where it's going to go from here, but we just got to water it and hopefully it'll grow.
Yeah. Chrissy?
Well, it makes me, every time, like, a celebrity is, celebrity, I mean,
D-list celebrity still counts.
Weird pick, honestly. We all hated him back in 2004.
Yeah.
I never watched that show. I heard he was a villain.
All the kids watched it, and I didn't have cable, so I had a computer though, so I'd like look up stuff about it so I could like sound like I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
been there.
I totally know what you mean. Like I didn't have the computer thing because I'm older than you, but there were definitely shows that everybody was watching, and my mother wouldn't let me watch them.
Yep.
And so I feel you.
Mm-hmm. Well, we only had computers because my parents are computer programmers. And like it was just after, dial up. So it was a little bit faster, but anyways, but it makes me think of the movie Idiocracy, because it's just like, I want people to pay attention more. And if it takes a celebrity, running to get people to like pay attention, it's a good thing, but it's still like, I feel like we're just still going towards this. Like, if I ignore it, then it like, I don't see it. I'll just keep watching my TV shows or playing my game or doing whatever. And, the adults will fix it. It'll be fine. It'll be
We're
fine.
the adults now, though. That's the scary thing.
I need to
and
find
not for nothing, but the adults, like the trusted ones, not us, obviously, but like the trusted ones, like they're the ones that broke it.
Exactly. So it's
not wrong.
They could be made to accept the most flagrant violations of reality because they never fully grasped the enormity of what was demanded of them and were not sufficiently interested in public events to notice what was happening. By lack of understanding, they remained sane. They simply swallowed everything, and what they swallowed did them no harm because it left no residue, just as grain will pass through a bird.
Well, no, it did them no harm.
Literally 1984.
Literally 1984.
No, I agree. I 100% agree with that quote as well. And it's they eat it and nothing bad happens to them. So they just assume that it's good. And I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm, contributing, and to what though? And they don't care as long as, they can still, have internet and electricity and Uber Eats. So
yeah. I love the ads, like the Spencer Pratt AI ads and all of the creative. Like I think that's a great example. I know, obviously, like clearly elections are not elections. They are not real elections in any sense. But I do love I could see it as these great, entertaining, hysterical videos are going mega viral. It reminds me, it's the first. I mean, he's a California person running on the right, on the bar is so low. Like the bar is so low. It's very easy. But that's okay because everybody's got to have an entry point somewhere. And the fact that these AI videos were so well done and you can't miss, like the jokes write themselves. All you got to do is just have somebody to run and somebody to make the videos and boom, there you go. So I loved watching how popular they were getting. And I was like, this is going to bring national attention and interest from every age group, like just to this because of how crazy these videos are. And also I love that this is the future of populist campaigns. Is another thing that I was taking from that. At least I hope it is. I'm going to work a little bit to make sure that we don't have like the stuffy collar, like bullshit. It's a circus. We don't need to pretend everything's all serious. Just say true things. And if you can make them memorable and funny in the shortest possible way that's shareable, I'm for that. I'm okay with all of that. I love it. It reminds me of the Trump campaign. It's the first, I think it's one of the first nationally noticed like meme campaigns. And it just was getting so much buzz. And I was like, oh, this is so good. Because they're going to steal it. And sure enough, just it's almost so perfect that I wonder if he hasn't been recruited by magic white hats in the sky. No, but seriously, like I almost wonder if they're like, here, we'll make your videos for you. Like run, do this, just say the basic true things. And, the jury's still out on whether or not he's an earnest actor. I've heard like Chris knows people who know him. And that doesn't surprise me at all with his experience in Hollywood. And they're like, no, he's a real deal. He means it. But is he, how awake to the system is the guy, whatever, doesn't matter. I think that the point of him running has been made already, no matter what happens next. So I'm here for it. I'm watching. I think it's interesting. I'm just really hoping that there's something that the legal system can actually just Department of Justice. I don't know. We need election justice, not just exposure. Like we already know it's just been exposed so much. We've got so much exposure and not enough justice to like balance out people's mental health or the health of our nation. And I wish it was on my time, but on God's time, I guess we will have that stage. But maybe this is the prequel. This is the finally bringing it up
on the imbalance of exposure versus justice. And I think that is an indicator for us because they didn't have to give us all of this exposure. They didn't have the administration and their, partners, public-private partnership on the, kind of other side of where we commonly think of that, didn't have to give, to go through and do all these investigations and do all of this awareness. And without justice, that leads potentially to somewhere very bad. Right? You give hey, look at all this stuff we've done to you guys. Look at how much we've sold you out. Look at what we've stolen from you. Look at what we've done to your children. Look at all these things we did. All right, cool. We're going to move on. Like that's going to lead to violence in the streets, in my opinion, which is what makes me think there is justice coming.
Yeah,
I agree. Of that, we're seeing pieces and parts of it. We had President Trump walk off Kristen Welker's show yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that. I thought it was fantastic. She's like, "There's no evidence." Have you guys seen that? I can play
it. They
Yes.
played it on Daily this morning, but play. Oh my God, it's so play it again. It's so crazy. It is.
Christina, set it up for me while I find it.
Oh my God. Well, I did my best not to mute every time she started speaking, but that old trope that they just keep going back to. You, President Trump, but Mr. President, you haven't presented any evidence. And she's like, her teeth are becoming like, just like the same way Savannah Guthrie was like, the deep state, there's satanic involvement with the deep state. Like their lizard skin starts to like come out because they're up against the power of Trump. But
That's
it's
an answer that they're assuming is like they're.
Oh
they
boy.
want-
I just saw the thumbnail
Oh.
down below and I was like, oh my God, that was scary looking.
Oh,
yeah.
geez.
All right,
Yep.
here we go.
The election was rigged. It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now in
never
California.
presented evidence
It's happening
that the
right
2020
now in
election was
California.
rigged.
Right now, it's look at what's
Where's
happening
the
in
evidence
California.
to that?
It's
The
4
Republicans
days.
are doing well in
California. It's no, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with. You know why they're doing that? Because they're cheating on the election.
Dumbass.
Do you have evidence to support
All I
that?
have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not
And I
evidence.
listen. And I listen to people. And let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's
and
appropriate
That's how they
that they
count the votes. In
Do you think it's
California.
appropriate?
That's totally
that they
normal.
have an election, and 5 days later, they're nowhere close to picking a
State
winner.
and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the
crooked.
votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote
They're
in
crooked,
California.
just like you're crooked.
This is
Your
totally
press is
normal.
crooked, and Meet
Ron,
the
what's
Press
wrong with
is
you?
crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's.
Well,
Really?
I
Well, you
would
play
say
right
that.
into their hands. Then.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid.
Let's.
You
There
play
you
right
go.
into their hands with this rap. You know.
She says she's not
that
crooked.
these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged.
Fact.
You know that I won an
That's
election in a
special.
landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
You know why I
you've
got
never
that?
presented
Because you have no
evidence.
credibility.
But
Bullshit.
You've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
You
Blank.
have
His
more
face, just
evidence.
looking at
There's
her.
more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about.
elections
You
in
went
this
to
country,
four-
we're like a third world country.
But, sir-
Your elections are crooked.
No
and
lie
you're
detected.
crooked, and
But
Meet the Press is crooked.
Mr.
And so
President-
is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But Mr.
Your
President,
one-sided crooked network. So let's call it quits because I've had enough.
I feel
Thank
you, buddy.
darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
Oh my
but
God, I
traveled
touched down in
all-
flyover
I know,
country.
I
You
traveled
can't
all the way
leave
to
me here.
Wisconsin.
On and off in the rain.
We tried
Giving
so
you
hard to
enough
make
time.
this look
You
like a
wanna straighten out
barn.
your press
I know.
Because you know what?
Mr.
A
I'm by a
country can never
tractor.
be
You
great
can't
with
leave.
dishonest
Listen,
press.
we
Come on,
traveled
listen.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Maybe you shouldn't have been an asshole.
Yeah, and he's if
Oh,
Uh-oh.
We lost you. We
hear
can't
you.
hear you.
test,
repeat.
test.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you're
are.
good. You're good.
You're good.
Oh, it's
You
that
said
video
also,
thing.
and then you went off.
Also, it was brilliant. You guys missed it. No, I said if I was Trump, I would never speak with her or her network ever again.
Fuck her.
I love that you know the most important part of that entire clip. It's hard to listen to. Oh my God. It's hard. But he said, your network knows how fake the elections
Yeah.
are. That to me, put a pin in that. Bookmark that shit right there. That is
They all
so
know.
interesting.
Well, he
No,
said
you know, it's
she knew,
hinting
too.
that
Pause.
you know, and that isn't unimportant.
Pause for a
future,
second.
knowingly.
Because she said, there is no evidence. You have never presented evidence. Eat every last dick, Kristen Welker. Because 2020, in the wake of 2020, you had Rudy Giuliani going around with Jenna Ellis and other attorneys and talking to the legislatures in the 5 swing states. In those forums, they presented witness testimony, expert witness testimony, additional witness affidavits. There were thousands of affidavits of election workers that witnessed malfeasance, that witnessed outright fraud. You had Michelle Carone, who was working for Dominion Voting Systems, talking about it. You had Bridget Thorne, that was up in Michigan. Down in Georgia, you had Bridget Thorne, who witnessed the test ballot factory, where all of these test ballot workers, she catches them doing everything for Biden. They weren't spoiling the test ballots after they tested the machines. And then a bunch of test ballots disappeared. And then what happened in Fulton County? Oh, that's right. They pulled out pallets of ballots from under the table after they faked a water main break and started scanning them through the machines. They're in Arizona. You had the Arizona audit. The results of the Arizona audit were leaked to the press, but not all the results. Just the Biden got 99 more votes in the recount. A recount is not an audit. What that audit actually found is that many times over, more ballots than the 10,500 whatever it was margin in Arizona, margin of victory, way more times, many times over, through different mechanisms of not being able to prove that these were real ballots.
That's right.
Right? The many times the margin was in question. But what happened? 99 more votes was leaked to the press, and nobody knows anything about the results of that audit. They only know the headline, because that's what the press did. When he says your network knows our elections are rigged, he's absolutely fucking correct. Yeah. There is no question about it that these media entities are complicit in treason. And I say treason because these election companies are foreign companies. Dominion specifically, it's allegedly Canadian. But the Venezuelan code, as we talked about in the Smartmatic example, that code is throughout our election system. And oh, by the way, the beneficiaries of stolen elections always vote to expand globalism. Always. No matter which party gets into power, globalism expands. No matter which party gets into power, the American people get sold out for foreign interests. So Kristen Welker sitting there saying there's no evidence. The Fannie Willis RICO case down in Fulton County, Georgia, Harrison Floyd says, what happens if we prove that it was fake, that it was stolen? What happens? You know what happened? The prosecution stalled out. they just didn't take it forward really all that much anymore. But they did happen to prove that they didn't do signature verification in Fulton County, which means you can't validate that any of those ballots are real if you're not doing signature verification. Scoot over to Arizona again. And remember, Arizona is what set the narrative in motion. It was Fox News calling Arizona on election night way too early. And what happened in 2022 after the Drawer 3 debacle of 2022 is that we proved essentially in a court of law that Arizona didn't do signature verification. Well, wait a second. They did something. They did this. Boop, 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 boop,
fast as they could.
Boop, 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 boop. Statistically impossible signature verification was done in Arizona, but that's fine. We don't need that. Listen, guys, anytime when you have a system that is sold to the people with a set of checks and balances, and all of those checks and balances are unverifiable, and when you find they didn't do them, it's like, well, you can't prove that impacted the outcome of elections. Yeah, actually, I can prove that impacted the outcome of election because you sold me this system with that control. And if that control isn't in place, then I can't trust this system. But you know what happens when you say that? You get prosecuted for being an election denier, for being a threat to democracy, for being a risk to the nation. No, it's a risk to the centralized communist fucking control that is running our country for far too long. I'm here for it. I hope Spencer Pratt takes this all the way. But regardless, we should all be questioning the outcome of every single election.
You don't disagree.
Amen.
Woo! People tell you.
Period.
You have you use your brain and critically think about it before you just follow what everybody else is telling you to say.
Absolutely.
On a surface level. I mean, obviously, Ashe was way more in depth with that, but have your own thoughts.
Says Ashe can't not talk about elections. Is somebody telling me not to talk about elections on my birthday?
On your birthday? How dare you?
About elections, please.
Okay. Also, the media knows. The media knows that their friends on corrupt courts throughout all of their, friendly judges all over the place made sure that no election evidence was allowed to be presented or ever adjudicated. Everything was thrown out on procedural grounds, on standing, on you should have brought it before the election, or you should have brought it. Oh, it's too late. The people have already voted. We can't violate that. All of the evidence, largely that all of us here know about, hasn't been. And this is the trap of like talking or reasoning with insanity or leftism or evil. Evil is devoid of logic, and that's why it drives good insane. Because there is no evidence that you could present them that they will ever accept as evidence, because they'll ask for evidence, you present it, they will change the definition of what evidence is and say, there's no evidence. And you will go crazy. So the game is lost by playing with that. You have to go outside of that system to prove elsewhere in another way. The system's illegitimate anyway. Look at these judges and everything else they're doing. They've completely delegitimized themselves, and they're beneficiaries of the stolen election system. We have to go above it, and we have to meet President Trump and whoever else in the Justice Department all knows this stuff, and make a devolution or a election justice sandwich where people on the bottom know about all the evidence and they come down with the charges and the power to do things that we can't, and we meet them in the middle and squash this shit out. Thank you.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This, and here's the other thing. Sorry, I'm climbing back on. Go ahead.
Yes.
Republicans are the problem here.
Yes.
Democrats are not the problem. We could actually fight Democrats on this topic if Republicans weren't stabbing us in the damn back all the time, because Republicans don't want to revisit 2020. Republicans were really happy when Trump lost. The Republican Party, the Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger institutional establishment of the Republican Party was just as happy as the Democrats that Trump lost the 2020 election, right? They're the ones we're fighting. And I listened to this shit on the radio this morning. I was listening to a PBS person talk about how I really wish that President Trump hadn't lost his temper with her. He doesn't have to name call. He doesn't have to be insulting. Eat a fucking dick, bitch. Yes, he does. Because you people are in this controlled opposition dynamic where you are blocking the inquiry of the people, and you are telling the people, patting them on the head and saying, oh, no. The experts say that we have a safe and secure election system. And the experts say that the outcome is what it is. And so President Trump just doesn't understand. How dare you? When you haven't looked, when you've never done an election analysis, when you have it fixed in your brain that election fraud can't be real. Voter fraud, sure. Onesie, twosie voter fraud. Yeah, everybody agrees that that's real. But systemic election fraud, that can't be real because the experts told us it wasn't happening. And oh, by the way, the experts are also the primary beneficiaries of stolen elections. It is so corrupt. It is so sinister. And these people, these Republicans, are going to continue to obstruct justice in the matter of elections. We cannot let them. Okay, now I'm done.
Well, someone needs to be angry about it. And I think that
like I'm always angry about it.
Well, no. I'm saying I'm and if you're doing PBS, you have to talk a lot closer to the microphone and speak like this. Anyways,
they did a debate last night between the governor candidates here on PBS, and I was so bored because it was all that. I was like, and now we're gonna go over to this candidate to ask them this question.
Good. I hope they keep it up.
You're fighting. Why aren't you fighting? I'm so
Stay
bored.
boring.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that having him come out there and look angry, like he wasn't like yelling at her or whatever, but he was there to prove that somebody needs to be mad about this, right? Like not just let's just talk about this John Deere tractor behind me and this bale of hay and look at us in Wisconsin. He. No, like he looked like he was there to.
I think for me, I feel like he showed up, and if he had not, like if he had just like talked to her and like answered her questions and stuff, it wouldn't have gotten the attention as much as him just like being like, okay, no, we're done here. Like obviously you're not fucking listening to me, and you're just gonna continue to harass me.
Yeah.
So this is like him being like, okay, if I don't do this, nobody's gonna pay attention to it.
Right. Well, if I can stand up and walk away, then you can stand up and walk away.
True. Yeah.
And he knows he's safe to do it because everybody who already hates him is just gonna say, look how evil and mean he is. And everybody who knows he's 100% fucking right is gonna say, good, leave. She's being horrible. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt their argument. That he knows what he can do, and absolutely it gets more attention because that's why he misspells things in his truth posts, guys. Like he literally down to the last detail is not misspelling things. Okay. He's not using quotations wrong because he doesn't know how. He's a master communicator, and people that don't get that he's getting the better of them. And I love it. I love
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's time to stop doing interviews with these people. And John put out a post saying, "Hear me out." Literally presidential interviews with literally anybody other than the MSM. I think I think that needs to happen, because the problems that were an institutional establishment that refuses to acknowledge the problem is not going to be a part of solving it, and we need to move past that. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Okay, so your husband, Christy, has demanded we play this, and I'm on board 100%.
Jeez, yes.
Elections are gayer than that video about elections. We actually played that on what I think is probably our most offensive and contentious Why We Vote ever. We got more negative feedback. In fairness, we were talking about the 19th Amendment.
Guys,
and I'm like, take the vote away. It just, all that means for me is that I don't have to participate in your bullshit system, and you can't demand anything of me.
Well, they're lying to us. You can't vote with your voice. Fake news. What is this?
They want you to believe, though. And guess what? Even when you vote, your voice isn't heard, because it's all fucking fake.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to move on now. And we're going to talk about Christina's new film, which is fantastic. Do you want to set it up, or do you want me to just play the trailer?
Well, I didn't bring the trailer today. I gave you what I'll set it up.
Yeah, what you sent.
What I'll share with you guys all here. Exclusive view of a sneak peek at my first film. I've made little animations, I've made promo videos, but I've never made like a story that is a narrative that's like a mini novella. It is a short film. It is 13 minutes long, and it's a character that I've had a long history with, the Guy Fawkes mask wearing. Here, I'm actually going to share my screen for 2 seconds while I talk about it, and then I'll stop doing that when I want Ashe to show the awesome little sneak peek that I'm going to share with you guys. So I got to just find there it is. Here we go. It's called, can you see that? The picture? Okay. The Crystal Veil is my first in a series called Dauntless Tales, an exclusive series that I'm now doing. Shout out to Dauntless, formerly Dauntless Dialogue. And they helped fund and produce and platform my first film. And it is now streaming over there. And I'll show you a couple little movie posters for it that I made.
Riva, right?
That's Adam Riva. Yep, he's
Adam
done
Riva.
some great work for Badlands. He did Time of Deceit. He did a series of about the devolution writing that John has done that he was instantly inspired by. The Flynn document, on and on. There's thousands of hours over there. But this is the first non-documentary. There's some music videos and things like that, but this is kind of a new leaf over there. And I'm really honored to be platformed among such amazing based filmmakers like Adam and Adrian's films are there as well. And the medics and all kinds of really cool stuff. So this character is somebody that he represents, like Rise has always used the Guy Fawkes Anon mask. Even in our early days of streaming, Adrian didn't show his face, didn't use his name or his voice. He had a Guy Fawkes avatar that was like 3D mapping his face with a different voice changer on it. We were into the Anon thing. And now with AI, with the power of Photoshop and AI, I've been able to tell my own little story in this world with good and evil. And if you go to dauntlessdialogue.com, it is close to the top. You'll see it probably if you scroll down, or if you look under series for Dauntless Tales. I'll just read the synopsis real quick. Here's the episode. Somewhere else in time and space, we find a strangely familiar place where mysterious magical crystal balls have enslaved the minds of the people, consuming their attention and severing them from reality. As society falls deeper into illusion and isolation, A lone, anonymous knight discovers the enchantment and sets out on a dangerous quest to confront the hidden hand manipulating the masses from the shadows. It's up to him alone to shatter the illusion and awaken the kingdom before its humanity is lost forever. An aesthetic-rich, style-heavy, visual and sonic love letter to 1980s dark fantasy films, The Crystal Veil is the first in a new Dauntless exclusive series of timeless tales of bravery, good versus evil, and the power of the truth. Stop sharing. But yeah.
Love. That's awesome.
So I grew up on like the Dark Crystal and Legend of the Unicorn with Tom Cruise and specifically Neverending Story and even The Wizard of Oz and Star Wars. Like those films meant so much to me, and that aesthetic still is just like I was born to make this. I feel like I will tell you. I'll leave it there. I'll let the clip will give you guys never before seen. It's only a 13-minute long film, and there's a whole minute of the story worth that I'm willing to share with just this audience here today for a sneak peek at The Crystal Veil.
Yay.
Take it away.
All right, here we go.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
It
means so much to me to be sharing this with you guys. It was really hard. Let me tell you. It's just like, people think, it's AI. It's easy. It is more handcrafted than you could possibly imagine. Every scene that you're watching was hours, basically, where I'm creating from scratch, like a painting of the world that I want to make, and then getting a few seconds, because I don't know if people out there that aren't using AI, creative professional AI, you maybe don't know this, but you only can get about 12 seconds max at a time. And most of the time they're like 3 to 5 to 8 seconds at a time. And then you might get the before frame and the after frame and animate in between. And then hope that when it says it's exactly going to end in the same place as your starting of the next one, and it doesn't quite match up. And you have to, so all of that and learning the software was really a great adventure. I literally got to build every inch of this magical place all the way up to the top of the story and back again. And I think it was an incredible learning experience. It's extremely empowering to know that I had a vision and I could just make it. I could just make the story I wanted to make and put it out there. And it feels really, really great. And it was a labor of love. And I hope that all of you guys will check it out. And I think that's all. But I don't know if you guys have any questions about it, or if you'd like to just talk about.
Well, your husband says original score, completely sound designed by us. This was Christina's first attempt at editing a longer form film, and she killed it. And I concur. I watched it. It's about the first episode is about 13 minutes. Do you know how many you're going to do? How many episodes the story will be?
No, it's an open-ended series. I thought about making a trilogy, but I don't know yet. I also wanted to say that the one thing I forgot to mention is that AI creative, this kind of thing that we're making here, and the software that we're using, it's much easier to do photorealism. AI wants you to do photorealistic. It's actually getting better and better, almost imperceptibly good at photorealism. What I did was like, no, that's too easy. I don't want to do that. I want to make this very specific look. And it's half matte painting, half like, you can ask it, make me a castle and make it purple with a dark sky or something. And it'll give you a perfect realistic looking thing, like better than you could possibly imagine. Yeah. I had to rethink how AI is used and keep like forcing the programming to say, no, I said, make me a miniature that's filmed like a practical effects 1980s low budget B fantasy film, and learn how to keep everything consistent. And that was extra difficult because it either wants to do photorealism or then it'll slide all the way to like Pixar. Yeah. And you're like, no, it's in between. It was
David Bowie in Labyrinth a inspiration for this film?
It should have been. It fits right in with that. It's right in. It's right from that same era. I didn't see it growing up, so I didn't like it. I didn't see it as if I had, I probably would have loved it. But I probably watched Neverending Story thousands of times, and Legend of the Unicorn was probably number 2, with also thousands. And I had a graphic novel of The Dark Crystal. I didn't even see that until I was an adult. So those 3 things were just like my, like, I don't know. When I think about my childhood, that's what it sounds like, looks like, and felt like, and all the mystery. And now we get to tell the stories, you guys. We get to make the fairy tales and use storytelling with the power of the production value that AI puts in our hands. You can tell any story that you want. And I did make an allegory to each story, each episode will be a different psyop and how the knight defeats it or doesn't. Nice. We'll see.
I have a question. How long did it take you to do this whole thing? I imagine very long time.
I started probably mid-February at March in earnest, and it was like 6 to 8 to 10 hours a day every day since then, depending, unless we had a guard or, you know, a couple other, obviously Rise work on top of all of that. But I would be really excited. There'd be days where I'm like, I have nothing but this to work on and I can't wait. And to change a single scene, it could take 45 minutes for one shot. That's like 3 seconds. I could take 45 minutes to an hour just to replace 3 seconds, or sometimes 3 seconds takes 8 hours to create. Wow. So
yeah,
and then other days I had like a whole minute that just happened in like one day. So that was really fun, the process. But yeah, it was 3 months for sure.
Wow. So definitely everybody go check it out then, because we want to make three months worth of work worth it.
Well, it sounds like it already was, because it's so cool to hear people doing stuff that they love doing and they're so happy about. Like it just makes me so happy, because instead of like waking up in the morning and going and like, oh, I have to go watch this TV show or I have to go play this video game, I'm gonna go do something I love to do and make an impact, like make something. Like it's so cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
There does seem to be that happening. And I notice it, you know, there's Normie World, which I really don't want to go back into.
It's your birthday. We don't have to. Okay.
Yeah,
we can live
but like that's all like it's headline world, right? It's like the surface level headline world, and everybody's outraged or happy about something in the headlines. And then you come into here, into, you know, Badlands world, info war world, the, you know, more divergent kind of thought, and everybody's creating, you know, like here at Badland, all of the Badlanders have separate projects that they're working on, creating, you know, different things, and the energy is different. The focus on ideas, like this whole Plattner thing has been funny to experience. So he's the one that has a tattoo of Nazis or something.
Oh,
and
yeah, that guy.
Everybody's like super big mad about the fact that he's, you know, people aren't just abandoning him because he has a Nazi tattoo. And he's in the Democrat primary, right? So like most people aren't really going to pay attention to that to begin with. You know, most people on the right. But people are like really, really upset about it. You go to Badlands and everybody's like, huh? Who? What? Like, what? Oh, some Democrat has a tattoo. Oh yeah, Hegseth had one too, didn't he?
Right.
Okay, anyway, right? Like anyway, like and Brian and I forever have not engaged in campaigns at all. Right. This year has been different for me because I've had to sort of a little bit engage in the campaigns of the Colorado governor race, for other work reasons. But it's like this, like there's a better way getting out of that institutional establishment system, defecting from the storytelling and the headlines, which is intended to keep you either in outrage or ecstasy. Yeah. Right? You're either super, super happy or you're very, very mad. And when you're asked why, you can tell them what the headline is. You can't withstand a level 2 question. You'll say, oh, well, you should talk to so-and-so. That person knows why I'm mad. What the hell is wrong with you people?
I know.
Turn your fucking brains off. Take the jersey off and turn your brains off. And here in in our little world, everybody's creating. Everybody's focused on ideas. We're talking about the golden age. We're talking about what we're going to build. We're talking about how AI is going to impact us for better and potentially for worse. And how might we guard against worse? And there's a chasm being built. I don't know if it's ever going to be able to be crossed or if it needs to be.
Well, a quote that I always kind of think about is the great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people.
Boom.
That's right.
And I mean, it actually is. I think it's from someone from Canada, unfortunately. But
Canada.
Oh, speaking of Canada, Matt Ehret also has a new film out. Canadian, either CanadianPatriot.org or theCanadianPatriot.org.
I think it's CanadianPatriot.org. Cam actually played the trailer of it on his show on Saturday.
Yeah, I watched it over the weekend, and it was one of those movies. And it's a little bit longer. It's definitely longer than Christina's film. It's a full length film. It's about Nazis. Really no way around that summary. It's about the truth of Nazis, and it was one of those films where as soon as I was done, I was like, I want to watch that again. So I highly encourage people to check that out.
Yeah, we'll be watching that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cristina, final question. Sure. Biggest learning for you. And I mean about yourself. Like what was your biggest kind of learning? And that can be, celebration or, something you would wish you would do differently. But in making this over the 3 months, and you're incredibly talented. It is a fantastic piece of work. As I said, I watched the whole thing and can't wait for the second episode. And but what's your biggest learning?
Well, I didn't realize it until it was done. And I would have, in the middle, I would have said the software, I'm really excited about that. Or finally, any video that we've needed in the past, I could kind of fake it on, kind of apps and just I'm a creative professional. I can make beautiful things. And I kind of have a sense for it, but I wasn't really editing myself. Adrian had to do all of the real video work. Now I can do it. I would have said that, but I discovered that I got my degree from the Rochester Institute of Technology and Graphic Design. I am passionate about symbol and icon design and brand identity systems. That's my professional love. That's what I believe God put me here to do. And I always thought that AI will never be able to do exactly those things. And quickly within a year, I'm seeing, oh my God, it can. It's doing it. It's doing it with as much good results as what I would make a living doing. Mm-hmm. And then instead of letting that just replace me, I have stayed ahead of the thing that could replace me. I mean, if you still want a human experience, use a real designer, please. My God.
Of course. Well, you harness the technology to use it for you instead of it using you.
Exactly. Yeah. And the future of almost all of our storytelling, we've been writing down books since we could write, since the beginning of writing. Video is the future of the history we will tell. Video is the books and the scrolls and the storytelling that we understand as generations get younger. That's what they need. They need video. And businesses need video, and brands need video, and politicians need, I guess, fuck them, but they need video. Everyone needs video. And I didn't let this moment of technology take away my true passion in life. Instead, I just go, I know how to do this now. And I'm one of the few, very few million people on the whole planet that understand this software right now. And that is a new leaf that I did not expect to turn over at this age. Like I just thought I'll be a graphic designer forever and I'll just make logos forever. And instead I'm like, well, I can do that and this and this. And I love that. It's my favorite part of this whole thing. It's like, I don't feel afraid of the future because I've given myself the opportunity to adapt and roll with it and do more stuff that I love in new ways. So we're building that parallel economy. Like you said, we need to tell the stories. And like, I made this kid friendly. This is family friendly. There is no dialogue. So your kids are really young. They might not have, that, but there's no gore. There's no blood. There's no, obviously. And lastly, I don't want to say like we need more Christian content over here on our side of the information and culture war, but we need more Christians making content. We need more stories with values that matter to Christians and good examples of just bravery and doing the right thing and telling the truth and defeating evil. Our children need to see good guys winning against evil because they've been right now, the kids that are starting to grow up already have a bunch of movies where evil's just misunderstood. Evil's just, oh, you need to see it from their side and malevolent and all of that crap. Yeah. Evil is evil and good wins and good should win. And you should want to be good and win.
Well, and there needs to be more stuff that's talking about how your sexuality is not your personality.
Yes.
It is not. You have so much more than that. And that's what I feel like, other than the misunderstood thing I wasn't really thinking about. But yes, I agree that it's kind of trending more that direction. But it's always about someone's sexuality. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like what your thoughts and your ideas and all that stuff matters. Anyways, okay, that's my little.
No, you're right. You're right. Yes. Thank you for sharing this platform with me to celebrate this moment and share this film with everybody. There is a promo code. Adrian put it out in the chat. If you guys are interested in supporting Dauntless or just to check out the film, that's Crystal Vale, all capital, no spaces.
And Adrian has a new film out on Dauntless as well, Vibes 2. So folks should check out Vibes 2 as well. Really, really well done, Cristina. Can't wait to see where you go with this and where you take it. It's going to be awesome. All right, we are almost done here, but we have some rants today. Very exciting.
It is.
So starting out, Denise Antu, happy birthday, Ashe. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I will be celebrating my golden age birthday at the end of next month. Make sure to tell us when it is, so that we can shout you out and give you some birthday love as well. And thank you so much. Sal Bish, happy birthday, Ashe. Thank you so much. CannCon says, now you got to play it. That was the gay voting video. We're gonna vote. So good.
Yes.
Love it. And voting is gayer than that video. Why Revelator, happy birthday, Ashe. Thank you so much. Reberhard, happy fucking birthday.
Yes.
There's the passion I love.
Ashe, happy birthday, Ashe. Ashe, it is your birthday.
Can that be the outro too?
I will definitely play it again as the outro. Absolutely. One with cats in 3 different rants. Happy birthday, Ashe. Thank you so much. And then one more. Enjoyed today's show, ladies. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and all of you guys for your support. Please, as we said, hit the like button. I gotta find that video, so I'm gonna vamp here a little bit. Please hit the like button, and as we said before, please drop into the chat and give us a quick hello in the Rumble chat. Quick hello, or a how you doing, or you can give us, what you talking about, Willis, is a good one. If you
or
have
you can
not
tell
already,
us your social security number and your credit card number.
Don't do that. Don't do that, 'cause everybody else can see it too.
Oh, fair.
Okay. Share this tab instead.
Oh, geez.
Maximize. Okay.
There was another rant.
One more. Yeah. Tattooed Teacher. Great show, ladies. Excellent film. Mrs. Rise Attire. And happy birthday, Ashe. Thank you so much, Adriana.
Is she coming to Gart?
She is coming to Deadwood. And I woke up to her birthday text this morning. It was very wonderful. All right. Okay. We're going to get out of here now. And everybody, my incredible birthday card from Archangel Michael, who I'm a big fan of because he posts all my stuff, especially when I forget. But as I said at the top of the show, This is the most on brand birthday card I could have gotten. It is absolutely perfect. We love you guys. We'll see you back here next week. Have a great week, everyone.
It's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. Rock, roll, let's celebrate. We lose control and you cut the cake. The night is yours. Destiny awaits. So share toast with your closest mates. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. Grab your goodie bags. Open your gifts. Blow out your candles.